dog mating. Somebody says this should be illegal. Well, it's not. I don't know why. So why it should be illegal, other than just make the statement it should be illegal.
I guess people should quit having kids too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sydney Dykes, we were talking about ears flopping down and the taping the ears up. What's the reason for the flop in the first place? Typically, you see the flop
Fat little puppies.
There you go. Fat little puppies.
The fatter the puppy,
the better the milk, the flatter the puppies. They tend to have floppy ears. And it's very easy fix. If you do that within a day or two, it fixes it. If you leave it till they're like 8, 9, 10 weeks old, you may not fix it.
Have a hard time because the other dogs are pulling it off.
Yep.
Usually at 4 and 5 weeks you can start in on it, and the puppies don't really realize it's on there, so they leave it alone more likely. And
yep. And the other reason why it doesn't work so well later on is the cartilage starts to harden up, so it hardens up in the down position.
Yeah.
Yep.
Won't have pretty ears.
And the other thing you can see is they can flop down when they've had the vaccination.
Oh yeah, when they get upset about something like the vaccination,
go to a new home,
being weaned from mama, that's when you start seeing ears.
Somebody made on the comments that you can massage their ears. Nope, doesn't work for us. I mean, dogs might like to have their ears massaged. I like
my ears
massaged. Me too. And look at my ears; they stand up really nice and pretty. But look, seriously, tape the ears up. It works magic. It's so easy to do. Somebody said he's cute with floppy ears. Yes, might be so, but he won't look. That's right. French bulldogs are known for having these bat ears, and
that's what their trademark is, the bat ears.
Here's Cynthia Gullis. Just leave it alone. Rub the ears, and even with shepherds, not for us.
Nope, you don't get it up. You're not going to get it up.
Right. Somebody's talking here about vaccination. Why aren't we doing weight appropriate dosages for vaccines? Never heard that. So always when we had Chihuahuas and Labradors,
the same amount as you would a German Shepherd.
But I've often thought that would be reasonable, that you could maybe split a dose in smaller dogs, but it doesn't tell you to do it. He also said that 5-way lepto isn't recommended for the younger dogs. You're exactly right on that, and that was my mistake, by the way. I did make a mistake on that, and so you normally give lepto after they're like
12 weeks old is when they get their lepto.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly right. So that is exactly
right. 12 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
DR talking about.
Or no, it may be 14 weeks, 15 weeks.
Yeah, it's a sick. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 15 weeks because you get your rabies and the 5-in-1 with the lepto.
Right. DR says, why not allow the dogs to breed naturally? Because Frenchies can't get it done. Because
they have a hard time getting it done, and they lose their stuff trying to get it done
on the ground.
And then the other thing is, if you haven't tested your dog for brucellosis, and you're using somebody else's stud that does this all the time, free breeding, then you're liable to
contract brucellosis.
Can't
do it if you do it.
It's a sexual transmitted disease by dogs. Not only is it contacted that way, but the saliva from the dog licking on the female, going and getting a drink of water out of the bowl, you'll wipe out your whole kennel. You'll not have any live puppies whatsoever if you've got brucellosis.
Yeah. You don't want brucellosis. It's pretty common to get it, depending on where you live in the country. But we test every dog
that comes on our property
gets tested for brucellosis, and even then we do AIs.
Yes.
So
anytime
best to be safe.
You buy an older dog for breeding purposes, you better make sure that person that's selling you that dog has brucellosis test, or just get it done yourself, and that way you know for sure, for fact.
Any older dog coming into our facility gets a brucellosis.
Have a test kit that we sell on.
My Breeders Supply. It is a blood test. You do have to spin the blood down, but it takes the test itself. I think we're selling those for like $5 for $75 maybe on My Breeders Supply. So what is that, like $18 a test, and you get the results in 5 minutes, so there's no excuse not to do it. And it's all about this better safe than sorry, because you really can. We had a friend who got wiped out with a whole line of schnauzers.
Little party miniature schnauzers.
Yep.
Little tiny things.
Yep. Whole lot got brucellosis. Yep. Enough on that one. Hard Knock says, my Frenchie had her first signs of blood on October the 20th. She didn't hit PG level until November the 5th, got her AI, but it's December the 3rd. She's still spot bleeding. Should I be worried? Well, I mean, anytime, you hear me say this all the time, anytime that you're concerned about your dog, the thing that you can always do, regardless of what you think the problem is, take the dog's temperature. If the dog, so the thing you worry about when a dog is spotting is whether you've got pyometra, and that's an infection of the uterus that can happen days to a week or so after a breeding. And the signs of any of these things would be an elevated temperature. So if anytime you've got a dog and it has a temperature of 102 or high, it is time to go to your vet and probably get some antibiotics. But you need some vets to diagnose the exact problem. I'm not going to diagnose your problem. Borderline Bullies is asking about shots and how many times do you just do it once? No. And the problem with those videos, by the way, the YouTube shorts, is you've only got 60 seconds. And so I will probably do a whole video just on vaccinations because it is an important subject. But here's the right answer.
6 weeks, 9 weeks, 12 weeks, and 15 weeks. Some vets are just doing it 3 times here lately, but on that last shot that you get on that puppy shot, you get your rabies with it also.
So it's got to be something between 2 and 3 weeks apart between shots. If you do those shots less or more often, you can run into problems where you have to start the whole series again. So, cheap gas. 2 to 3 weeks apart. It's typically a course of 3 shots to get full immunity. And full immunity is not established, by the way, until puppies, even after they've had their 3rd shot. They've got to be at least 6 months old. So be careful about exposing your dog to other dogs. And then there are different shots that you can give. And the lepto part of it, you don't typically give that until the last shot. So there's the first couple of shots are different than the last shot. But I'll do another video on that.
Do not take your puppies to the park, to Petco or PetSmart, or whatever those other pet places are, and expose your dog to other dogs there until those baby puppies have had all their vaccinations.
At least 6
all
months
the way
old,
up
really?
to the rabies shot.
Don't you recommend 6 months old?
No, because at 15 weeks they're not 6 months old.
No.
You do all your baby shots, your puppy shots, up to the rabies shots. Then you can take them to the park.
So when do they get the rabies
Take
shot?
them to PetSmart.
What age is it for the rabies shot? Is that
15 weeks.
Okay, so
we said a while ago.
so you're saying that after 4 months they can go be exposed to other
Right.
dogs? Okay, all right.
After you've had your rabies shot, because you've had all your booster shots for that puppy at 6, 9, 12, and 15 weeks.
Yep. So you can give all these shots
Like your
yourself.
baby you bring home.
You can give all.
But not your rabies.
You give all these shots yourself, but the rabies shot you won't get a tag if you do that. So
No.
you probably need to have your vet do
your
the.
big cities, you need to have your own tag.
Yeah.
To have the vet. do
Yep.
it.
Right. Otherwise, rabies tag, and then the
Anywhere.
problem gets to be is if your dog bites somebody,
Yeah.
you can turn left here, right?
Yes.
Then if you bite somebody, they're going to take the head off your dog. So not a good day. Or the person's got to go through a whole series of painful shots. So get your rabies shots. I think it's by law you have to get rabies shots. Is it?
Probably in big cities, I'm sure.
Yeah. Right.
In
Yeah.
smaller cities, you still need no matter where you live, get your rabies shots done by your vet.
Somebody's asking about the price of the Euro Heroes. Call Tammy 580-799.
1910.
Yep. Got one boy
Got one
left.
left.
One boy left. He's gorgeous. Nicholas.
Well, the other one's pending, so
Ah, yeah.
I've got one for sure that doesn't have anything on it. So
Someone's asking here on the test, what are you getting them tested for? Are the labs able to certify the breed of the dog? So the tests that we do are through places like Animal Genetics, and they are for color DNA, and they are for health panels. They do not do a test for the whether it's a purebred dog. That you can get done from, let's see here, who does that? Embark does a kind of a pedigree test. And then I've got a video, and that still doesn't guarantee that it's a purebred dog or that it's not. And there are reasons for that, but I'm not going to go into that here. But anyway, Animal Genetics, and we're testing for, but there's all kinds of things you can test for. And I mean, some of these things require swabs. Sometimes you do a blood test. Sometimes you send off the dew claws. But basically, there's a number of tests you can have done. We like Animal Genetics because they're super fast getting results back, and they're all about the same price. Here we go.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.